What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. Welcome back to another American Truck Simulator. Let's haul. And speaking of haul, let's actually look an external real fast, just for fun. Just for fun. I'm loving some of these new loads in here, by the way. Like the soft side trailers, a lot more doubles up here in Oregon. All that kind of fun stuff. I'm loving it. There's a new one there. Try to stay up in Oregon, of course, because, you know, it's new and shiny, so we might as well. Some Rocky Mountain doubles. I don't know that I've actually even hauled Rocky Mountain doubles ever. I kind of have my load picked out already, so I was just looking at loads just for funsies. If you know what I'm saying, just for funsies. So there's that. What we're going to do is we are going to grab another set of logs, but we're going to adjust our GPS just a little bit here. I'm just saying. My mailman's outside, by the way. He doesn't need my attention. He shouldn't. He should be good out there. I don't know of any packages that anybody has coming to the house, but you never know around here. Seems like we always have something coming in package-wise. There's a lot in my family. We like to order stuff. Just saying. I mean, it's so easy to, right? Like, why wouldn't you? Oh, we got to run 100 miles to grab our load. Okay. Got to go out to the middle of nowhere. So, tell you what, let's just let me fast forward and I'll get there. I'm gonna get some fuel, or no, I'm gonna get some sleep real fast, and then we'll drive out there before we come back for the video. So I'll see you all at the log site. All right, boys and girls, we're not in Kansas anymore. And what I mean by that is we're approaching where we need to go to get our logs, and we're off-roading a little bit here, or dirt roading it, I should say. My wheel is going nuts, by the way, with the force feedback. Going insane right now, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, it's like we need to turn here. We're still 18 miles out, but boy, we're getting off in the deep woods here, boys. I'm just saying. I'm all about these logs, by the way, and the journeys to get the logs I think is really fun. I think it's really cool. So all about it, boys. All about it. My God, I'd be vomiting if I was in this truck right now in real life. Downshift again. Don't need to go that fast on these roads, that's for sure. Let's bring a heavy haul up here and go 100 miles an hour, okay? Or something like that. Not at all, actually, never mind. My goodness, this is cool. This is really cool. Definitely got to do some of this in the live streams. I think that would be really neat. Get a bunch of us come up here. I mean, you know, 10, 20 of us rolling up the hill here in MP. That'd be pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like that other road's a lot easier. Why we took this one, I don't know. That's where my GPS is taking me, so maybe we'll take the other one on the way down. Got some different equipment out here working. Just like the last video. I know it's kind of similar to the last video, but I'm all about the logs. I think the logs are fun, so why not, right? Why not? Get a pile going there on the side of the road. Very nice. Love this little logging road. This is cool. This is really cool. Bring some triples up here. How about that? How about some triples, boys? Got like a Scorpion King running there. Branches hanging out in the road. Gonna scratch my paint. Goodness me. Goodness me. Alright, here we are arriving at the site. Arriving up here, boys. Maybe. A little too much Jake brake there, a little too fast. That's okay. Alright, let's claim our logs. There's also double dump trailers out of here, but so what we're gonna do, we're gonna claim our logs here real fast. Looks like they're downshift, John. Looks like they're down here somewhere. Figure out how to get to them. Not this way, I'm gonna say. Nope. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my GPS slightly. to take a different route, basically, is what I'm gonna do. Because why not? I think it'd be cool. There we go, making wood chips again. Very cool, very cool. In fact, I didn't look at what's in those dump trailers, but it could be, very well could be wood chips. Those 2 bottom logs are massive, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there for you guys. In case you couldn't tell that on your own, you know. Alright, got our trailer. Okay, this is where we're gonna adjust, guys. So let's go ahead and pop her into neutral. And I don't really want to run that way up to 5. I've been up to 5 enough. So we're gonna take a little detour over to the 101. Yes, it adds some miles, adding almost 100 miles to our journey. Almost 100, boys. Can we not go down that other road? Whatever, it wants us to go this way. We'll go this way, guys. Alright. GPS says go. That means we go. Come on. Get the truck on the kind of on the road. Shift up through some gears. Love that Jake brake. Just saying. Need to come out with a shirt that just says love that Jake brake. It's probably out there already, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Probably a thing. Take it nice and easy coming down here through the woods here, guys. Dude's processing trees at an alarming rate. Good job, buddy. I want to be safe coming down here through the woods so we don't end up out in the woods, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm concentrating here a little bit. It's not bad. This is a good road. It's not a bad run here. But still, need to be paying attention a little bit. Don't get hung up on something silly, you know. That would be nice not to do that. Would be very nice, of course. Yeah, this is pretty cool though. I need to haul more logs in multiplayer as well. So I've not actually hauled any in multi, so definitely need to haul some in multiplayer. This is pretty neat. I could just imagine a bunch of us coming up here and having to turn around and yes, please. Yes, please. It would be very enjoyable, I feel like. Try to maintain a little bit of speed, but not too much coming down, or we're gonna have any issues, you know what I'm saying? Lug up the hill here. Up the hill we go. Somebody outside my house. Might be somebody outside, I don't know. Whatever. Whatevs, it's all good either way. Alright, kind of back on pavement. Not really, it's more of a gravel road than a dirt road now. That's pretty dirt right there. Oh, we're turning left. I thought we were going to turn right. Turn right, we go back up the hill. Probably don't want to do that right now, but that's okay. It's all good, it's all good. There's a U-Haul truck on the street behind us. See, okay, I talk about my shed studio a lot. How someday I would love to have a shed out in the backyard and, you know, make it my studio and all my lighting gear and computers and everything, right? It would be awesome. Multiple stations set up, like have one for me and one for somebody that wants to come over. And, like, it would be cool. It would be really cool. So the thing, I should not have shifted up to 7. There's a diesel truck outside my house. I wonder who that is. They just turned off outside my house. I wonder who that is. I didn't look. You know what? It sounds like UPS. That's who it sounds like. That's who it sounds like. In cab. I'll get back to my story here in a second, I swear. About the thing I look forward to the most with a shed studio. I'm listening because they're out front. There they go. Let's hit the starter and away they go. It sounded like UPS, but yeah, it's definitely a UPS truck. Nice and loud. The thing I look forward to, I think, the most about a shed studio, or you know, whatever you want to call it, like a Puma Plow shed. The thing I look forward to the most of it is having a window. There's something about being able to look to my left right now and see my backyard. Now, is my backyard anything special? No. No, it's not. It needs work. You know, whatever. It's just grass, and well, there's a fence around it, but you know, I don't have like a fancy pool or anything like that. Like, it's just a yard, you know, it's just grass. But being able to look to my left and see outside, or if I look to my right, I look out the front of the garage. Like there's little windows up high in the garage door. So, you know, I can't really see a bunch, but I can see daylight. So there's just something about being able to see that. Not that it's sunny today, because that's definitely not the case, but something about being able to see a little bit of like real light. There's something to that. You know, the office with like the corner window, you know, an office with a window. I understand it now. I definitely understand it. After being kind of quote unquote trapped in the basement for a while, making videos, it's kind of nice to be able to see the sun, although it's rather overcast and gray out today. But oh, hi Copper. You know, oh baby, there we go. Oh, nope. I thought I was gonna save it, and then I didn't. And then stop the wheels. The wheels are still spinning. I thought I was gonna save it, and then I didn't. Okay. F7. Enter. Yes. Let's go. Oh, kind of unfortunate, boys. Kind of unfortunate. That's probably gonna adjust where we drive now. Where's our? I don't really want to go all that way out of the way now. So let's see. That's 268 miles to go. Is gonna be 422 miles. We were way down there though. We were down here, I think, weren't we? Maybe. Yeah, we started from here. So we were a good way on our little journey. I'm gonna be cramped for time, so I have to just go ahead and run based on the GPS now, guys. Unfortunately, because it's gonna be time for my mother to get here before too much longer from dialysis. So let's just go ahead and fire it up and run up to 5 as much as I didn't want to. Oh man. Oh man. And I'm actually back at where I took the load from. Like when I claimed the job, this is where I was at. There's something funny about that, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Alright, whatever. I kinda stopped at the red light. I mean, I stopped and then I went through it. So does that count? Maybe? I'm not sure. Now it's dark too. I probably should have slept back there when I had the chance. There was plenty of sleeping areas to, you know, park up in. Let's just drive, boys. Like I said, I'm gonna be pressed for time here in a minute, so I gotta get on the road with this load. If you guys recall last video, I was talking about the logs being top heavy, or that I thought they were gonna be top heavy. Well, apparently I was right. Apparently I was right. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But I tell you what, going back to the shed studio thing, I would have a dedicated desk built, even if it only had one monitor. Like, I'd be okay with it. I guess maybe two. But they'd be running off the other computers. Like, it wouldn't be separate computers. It'd just be like a monitor and a keyboard and stuff like that. It would be fantastic to have where the wheel is mounted to the desk. I sit closer, like, build a little setup for the wheel. Would be so awesome. I'm just saying. It'd be so cool. I mean, it's great using the Wheel Stand Pro that I have. I do enjoy it. I like it. But if it was mounted to the desk, I think I would just be... It'd be super cool. Maybe a chair that's not on wheels. So you can really get into it, you know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of cool. But anyway, I've dreamed big with this shed. It'll happen someday, guys. The biggest holdup, is the finances to, you know, make it happen. But before we even move on a shed in my backyard, the first thing we would need to do, because you got to think I would need 220 power out there to run one of those like heating and air conditioning unit things like you have in a hotel, kind of, but different now. Something like that. I'm definitely going to need heat. Not so much heat, but I'm definitely going to need air conditioning. Because if I'm going to be in a confined area with at minimum 2 computers running, you know, and then if like my buddy Casey comes over, there's another computer. So if I'm going to be trapped in a small area, let's say, with computers running, I'm going to need a good air conditioning that's kind of quiet too. Would be fantastic. So I'm going to need some pretty good power out there for that and stuff. So we are actually capped out on our breaker box that we have here at the house. I'm not sure if it's a 60 amp or 100 amp. My house is kind of old, so it could be a 60 amp breaker box. And we're capped out. We're capped out. There's no extra room. There's no free slots, nothing. We're pretty well tapped out. So the problem is what we need to do, and we have the plan, we would just need to make it happen, is we actually want to put a basically a new 200 amp fuse box here in my garage. So run our power from outside. I'm assuming they would let us do this. Maybe they wouldn't. I don't actually know. But run power from outside from the pole, run it into my garage to a 200 amp panel. So get 200 amp service too, because we don't have 200 amp service, obviously. So 200 amp service, and then run that to the garage. But instead of rewiring the entire house, because that gets very, very, very expensive very, very quickly, what we would actually do is run 100 amp wire. I believe it's a 100 amp panel. Run 100 amp wire to the existing panel in the basement and make that a sub panel. And then the biggest electrical problem in my house is that the entire kitchen, bathroom, and my stairs, all of that's on one circuit breaker. And it's only a 15 amp breaker as well. Remember, my house is old. 15 amp breakers. New houses are built with 20s. So we're rocking the 15s, and the biggest problem is the microwave and the stove, or not the stove. The stove's on its own, of course. That's, you know, big time power. The dishwasher's also on its own, but everything else in the kitchen's on the same one. So you have the microwave, the fridge, and then God forbid you run anything else in that kitchen, of course, while you're running the microwave, and it's over. You blow the breaker constantly, or we trip the breaker, I should say. Fairly regularly. Like, it happens quite a bit. So obviously, if I'm going to put a shed out back where I need all this power to run air conditioning and heat, more so air conditioning, obviously, heat wouldn't really be that big of a deal. You know, knock the chill out. I mean, I wouldn't let it like freeze in there. Obviously, I'd keep it like 40 degrees or 45 degrees in the winter, which wouldn't be hard to maintain, because I'd plan on spending a fair bit of money on insulation as well. I really want to insulate the shed to make it for noise reasons too. Anyway, but yeah, I would need to upgrade the power at the house before I could get my shed. So someday that will happen. I don't know when. And, you know, all this stuff is great to talk about, but it does cost a lot of money. And that's kind of the holdup right now, is the money and getting Dad on board 100%. Because, you know, it's not my house. It's not my house at all. It's Dad's house. So getting him on board with some of my crazy ideas sometimes takes a little bit of convincing. Let me just say that much. It takes a little convincing. So what we would also do, besides running the power out to my shed, of course running, you know, 220 out there for the air conditioner, and probably running another 110 out there for, I should have pulled in there to sleep. Totally should have pulled in there to sleep. Oh well. We'll just drive in the dark, right? No big deal. It is a big deal, but no big deal at the same time. The other thing I would want to do actually to the house is go ahead, because the microwave and the refrigerator both sit on interior walls in the house, so you can get to them. You know, if it was on an exterior wall, my roof's not steep enough to go in and add a new wire basically coming down the wall, and that's above my room. Actually, it's above my room, so it's finished, so you can't sneak a wire up from the bottom either. But because of the microwave and the fridge being on interior walls, we could run dedicated circuits to both of them, which they're supposed to be nowadays in new houses. Of course, you run dedicated to your refrigerator for sure, and I think your microwave as well. Not totally sure, but kind of. So, you know, if we could run a dedicated circuit to each of those, that would be fantastic. So basically not touch the existing box, just, you know, patch in some wires to it to feed it, and then move on from there. My brother-in-law over at his house, he actually has two 200 amp panels, because he wants like everything on its own circuit. So if he's in, say, the spare bedroom, he wants to be able to turn off the light to the spare bedroom via the circuit breaker. So he's got breakers in his basement for days, which is where I'm getting a little bit of the inspiration, if you know what I'm saying. So I think he's got two 200 amp panels or something like that, but only has 200 amp service. Something like that. It's weird, because like you're never going to use 20 amps on a lighting circuit for 1 or 2 bedrooms. Like, you're never going to use 20 amps anywhere near 20 amps. You know, especially nowadays with LED lights, you're going to use like 0.2 of an amp. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just not going to use it. So he's all about his circuit breakers and wiring, and they've basically rewired all of their house at this point and put a bunch of electric in their garage and all this different stuff. It's pretty cool, actually, what they've done. The other option that I've actually kind of talked about as well would be to build a room out here in the garage. You know, this garage is probably 14 feet wide, I would say, maybe 15 feet wide, 14 feet wide, something like that. It's obviously a little oversized for a car, you know, and then it's 24 feet deep from front to back. So I could see building a room out here. The problem is getting the space out here to do that. We've got a lot of crap. Even though I've been cleaning out here and getting rid of stuff, there's a lot of crap out here that could go away. For sure could go away. So that's where I think a shed would be better, because then it's my own space and nobody's gonna drop off crap in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could just be so much better. So that would be my choice, would be to do the shed. That would be my, if I had to, like, what do I want to do? A 12 by 16 shed. Totally gonna run the red light. Gonna get a ticket. Nope, no ticket. Cool. Yeah, 12 by 16 shed would be big enough for me, but the only reason I say 12 by 16 is because my neighbor has one, and the way I see it, if he can have one, then I can have one, right? His has brick on the front, and it's really fancy, and mine wouldn't be that fancy. Mine would look like, you know, just a generic shed from the outside, Of course, the inside would be all fancied up with all my technology and monitor walls and, like, yeah, it'd be awesome over time. So, you know, all in due time, I think it is possible. Getting my father on board with doing some of the wiring stuff in my house is gonna maybe take an act of Congress, but, you know, maybe someday a boy can dream, right? The other option is my buddy Casey just wants me to move in with him. And I'm like, eh. You know, everything that's gone on with Mom, I really feel like I need to stay very close to her. You know, I am the one responsible for taking care of her most days. She did say to me the other day, she goes, don't put your life on hold for me. We'll figure it out without you. And it's like, no, because you're going to end up on the floor and get hurt. You know, like, we don't need that, you know, so I don't mind taking care of her, quote unquote, putting my life on hold, even though I really didn't have much of a life before all of this. I mean, YouTube, Twitch, that's my life, you know. I don't have much of a life outside of it, let's just be real, but yeah. Jake break. Oh, my guy's yawning. That's never a good sign. I'm nowhere near a bed site either. Uh-oh. But, you know, I feel like I need to be close. And yes, my buddy Casey's house is directly next door. But, you know, if I just hear something that I don't like, then boom, I can go and help out without them having to call me or come get me or whatever. It's all about just paying attention and hearing different things, you know? Like the other night, she dropped, what did she drop? She drops her bed controller a lot because she's in a hospital bed. She likes to drop that a lot. So, gotta keep an ear out for that. What did she drop though? She dropped something the other night that was like, wait, what are you doing? Why are you even messing with that? I don't remember what it was now. Don't remember what it was. Somebody's running a like table saw or miter saw. Oh, you know, it's the guys working down the street at that house. Never mind. My let's see, what do we call her? Like the neighborhood grandma. She passed away almost a year ago now. Be a year in January or so. And they sold the house. They sold the house that she lived in, and they are completely redoing it because it was basically an original house, and it's our second oldest house on my street. So it was old, and it needed a lot of work. And they are going nuts down there, and that's probably them running table saw or miter saw or some kind of saw. I can just hear a saw running out there occasionally. So, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, stop, collaborate, listen. Got to take the difficult parking. I know I can change that. I'm not going to. And it's just right over there, so get those hazard lights, get in my flashing. I don't know why, it's just my thing, guys. It's just my thing. Alright. Go for install the truck first. Go for the backup. That actually make me go any faster. 5. Oh, I should pay attention. I'm looking at my speed down there, guys. I'm not paying attention to where I'm backing up. Oh, goodness. I don't think high reverse makes you go any faster, so might as well just leave her in low. Might as well. Oh my god, this was going so well. It was going so well, I should say. For sure. We're not doing terrible. We're making it happen, boys. We're making it happen. In the dark. You guys probably can't even see anything, right? But, you know. Making it happen, boys. There we go. Another successful. Out of reverse, please. Stop the beeping. And there we go, boys, with another load delivered. A little bit of damage on that one. That's okay. That's okay. What do they have out of here? Just out of curiosity. Like, oh, Rocky Mountain doubles. That could be fun. Oh, that'd be a... Whew. Oh, baby. Wow. How many miles is that? It's all of them. It's all of them. It doesn't actually tell you up there, does it? That would be a crazy run. We're not going to do that. And you can configure... Oh, you could... Oh, cool. That's interesting. What else could you take care? Take some Rocky Mountains? That'd be pretty cool. That would actually be really cool. Triples, baby. Triples. Heck yeah. That is... That would be a crazy run right there. 4 states. Not for today, boys. Not for today. But what I will say is thank you so much for watching another American Truck Sim. Let's all have a great rest of your day. And as always, toodles.